Hi, Cancer. Welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so before I even get into the cards today, I just want to say something because as I was shuffling for this reading, the energy that came through was so heavy. Like, not heavy in a bad way, but heavy in that way where you can just feel that somebody is thinking about you really, really hard right now. Like, have you ever just felt that? Where you're going about your day and out of nowhere, someone just pops into your mind and you're like, where did that come from? Why am I thinking about them right now? I wasn't even thinking about anything related to them. And then there they are, just sitting in your head, rent free. That is not random. That is never random. That is them thinking about you, sending their energy your way. And whether you want to receive it or not is a whole other conversation. But they are there and they are begging. And I think what makes this reading so interesting is that it's not just about whether this person comes back. Okay? It's about you. It's about where you are right now. It's about what you actually want. And it's about what you are willing to accept from someone who already had a chance with you and let it slip away. So I want you to stay open today. Stay honest with yourself because your guides have a lot to say and some of it might surprise you. Okay, let me just pull the first card because I need to see what we're working with here. Ooh, wow. Okay, so the very first card that comes out for you is the Star. And immediately, what I'm feeling from this card is that this person has been wishing on you. Like, literally. Like they have been laying in bed at night, thinking about you, going over every moment, every conversation, every single thing they said that they wish they could take back, every opportunity they had to do better and didn't. And the Star is about hope. It's about that tiny little flame that you keep alive, even when everything around it is telling you, just let it go, just move on. This is not going to work out. And they haven't let it go. They have kept that flame alive for you. And you know what's interesting about the Star card? Because I was looking at the imagery and there's this figure kneeling by the water and she's pouring out these two jugs. And one jug is going into the water and one jug is going onto the land. And to me, that represents this person pouring everything they have into the universe, into the spiritual realm, into prayer almost. Like they are putting it out there with everything they've got. Please give me another chance. Let me make this right. And I think for some of you guys, hearing that might stir up a lot of feelings. Like maybe a part of you is relieved. Like, I knew it. I knew they still felt something. I wasn't crazy for feeling like something was unfinished. And maybe another part of you is scared or confused or just really not sure what to do with that information. And that's okay. We're going to work through all of that today. Okay, so the next card I'm pulling is for this person. Like, who are they right now? Where are they? What is actually going on in their life since things ended between you two? The Tower? Okay, so their life has not been okay. And I don't say that to make you feel sorry for them, because honestly, some of what they are going through, they brought on themselves. The Tower doesn't just happen to people out of nowhere. The Tower happens when you have been ignoring things that needed to change. When you have been building on a foundation that was never solid to begin with. When you have been avoiding looking at yourself honestly. And eventually, the universe just brings it all down. And I feel like since you left their life, or since things ended between you two, a lot of things have started crumbling for them. And not because you were the only thing holding them together, but because your absence removed something that was keeping them comfortable, keeping them distracted, keeping them from having to look at themselves honestly. Like sometimes when we're in a relationship or even just a situationship with someone, we use that connection as a way to avoid doing the inner work. Like, as long as I have this person, as long as I have this dynamic, I don't have to really sit with myself. I don't have to really look at what's not working inside me. And when you left, that distraction went with you. And now they're looking and they don't love what they see. And I also want to say that the tower for this person could be showing up in very practical ways too. Like this could be a job loss or a friendship falling apart or a living situation changing unexpectedly or just this general feeling of like everything I thought was stable is suddenly not stable anymore. And they're in the rubble of that right now, trying to figure out what comes next. And in that rubble, they keep coming back to you. They keep thinking about what they had with you, what they let go of. And that is where the begging comes in, because the tower has a way of making everything extremely clear. Okay, so now I want to see how they actually feel about you. Like, not just what's going on in their life, but what is genuinely happening in their heart when they think of you. The Six of Cups, and right behind it, the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Six of Cups first. This card is all about nostalgia. It's about memories. It's about that warm, golden kind of feeling that you get when you think about a time when things were really good. And what I'm feeling from this person is that they think about the good times with you constantly, like not just in a general, oh, I miss them kind of way, but specific memories, specific moments, that one night, that one conversation that went on for hours, that one time you laughed together about something stupid and it was just so easy, so natural, like everything just fit. And they would give anything to be back in that moment. Like, not even to change anything, just to be there again, just to feel that again, just to be with you in that simple, uncomplicated way that they didn't appreciate enough when they had it. The Six of Cups for me also represents innocence. And what I feel like that's saying here is that whatever happened between you two, whatever the reason things fell apart, this person in their heart genuinely loved you. Like it wasn't performative, it wasn't games, it wasn't manipulation. In their own, maybe messy, maybe immature, maybe emotional, unavailable way, they loved you and they still do. And the Ace of Cups right behind it is telling me that what they feel for you is not dead. It is brand new. Like somehow, even after everything, what they feel for you has been reborn, renewed. Like they have gone through all of this and come out the other side with this completely fresh, completely open cup of emotion, just overflowing. And it has your name on it. And you know what the Ace of Cups also represents? New beginnings, a fresh start, an emotional slate that has been wiped clean. And I feel like that's really significant here because it's suggesting that if there were a reunion, if there were a second chance, it would not be the same relationship trying to repeat itself. It would genuinely be something new, something different, built by two different people than the ones who were together before. Okay, now I want to look at you because this reading is not just about them. Okay, this is about you and where you are and what you actually want. And honestly, this is the part of the reading I'm most interested in. The Four of Swords and the Hermit. Okay, so this is really interesting because what I see here is that you have been in a very intentional period of rest and reflection and solitude. Like you have not been out here trying to fill the void with something new. You have not been rushing into another situationship just to avoid feeling things. You have actually sat with yourself. You have actually done the work. You have actually gone inward and asked yourself the hard questions. Like, what do I actually want from love? What patterns have I been repeating? What do I need to heal before I try this again? What does a healthy relationship actually look like for me? And the Hermit is such a powerful card here because the Hermit is not lonely. People always think the Hermit is lonely. They see this figure alone on a mountain and they think, oh, that's sad. But the Hermit is wise. The Hermit has a lantern. They are illuminating their own path. They know where they are going, and they are not going to be rushed by anyone. And that is you right now. You are the Hermit. You are not desperate for this person. You are not sitting by the phone. You are not romanticizing the past the way they are. You have been building yourself, healing yourself, getting really, really clear on what you actually want and what you actually deserve. And that growth that you have done quietly while they were out there having their tower moment is everything. That is the thing that has shifted the dynamic completely because you left this situation as one person and you are not that person anymore. Okay, so now I want to look at the potential of a reunion. Like, if you were to give this person a second chance, what does that actually look like? What does that energy feel like? Is it even a good idea? Let's see what the cards say. The Lovers, the Two of Cups, and Judgment. Okay, I genuinely was not expecting that. Like, I shuffled these cards myself and I still was not expecting that combination. Like, wow. The Lovers, the Two of Cups, and Judgment together in a reunion spread. That is a lot. Okay, so let me just sit with this for a second because there is genuinely a lot here, and I want to make sure I'm reading this right. The Lovers card. Okay, so this is not just a romance card. I want to be really clear about that because a lot of people think the Lovers is just about, oh, you're going to fall in love. But the Lovers card is about a choice, a profound soul level choice, the kind of choice that your higher self is involved in, the kind of choice that actually defines the direction of your life. And what I feel like this is saying is that this potential reunion is not just two people getting back together because they miss each other. This is two souls being offered the opportunity to make a conscious decision to try again with new eyes, with new tools, with a completely different level of awareness than what they had the first time around. And the Two of Cups right beside it is confirming that the emotional foundation between you two is real. Like, it has always been real and it is still there underneath everything, underneath all the hurt and the confusion and the silence and the time that has passed. That connection is still very much alive. And you know what the Two of Cups also shows? Mutual feeling. This is not one-sided. And I think that's really important to say out loud because sometimes when someone from our past comes back, we wonder if we're just projecting, if we're just feeling things that aren't really there. But the Two of Cups is very specifically about two cups, two people, two hearts moving toward each other. And then Judgment. Oh, Judgment in a reunion reading is so significant because Judgment is about a resurrection. It is about something that was buried rising again. It is about being called to step into a higher version of something you thought was over. And what I feel like judgment is saying here is that this is not the same relationship trying to repeat itself. This is a completely new chapter of a story that was never actually finished. Like, this is the universe saying, you two still have things to learn from each other. You two still have things to build together. And if you are both willing to show up differently this time, what you could create is something truly extraordinary. But, and this is important, judgment also requires accountability. It requires an honest reckoning. It requires both people to look at what happened with completely clear eyes and say, here is my part in this. Here is what I am willing to do differently. Here is who I have become since then. And here is what I need in order to feel safe trying again. And your guides are saying, if that conversation can happen, if that level of honesty and that level of maturity can exist between you two, then what could be built from this is something that the first version of your relationship never could have been. Okay, so now I just want to pull a few final cards because I feel like your guides have some very specific things they want to say to you directly, not about them, not about the reunion, but about you and where you go from here. Trust the process. Okay, so this is such an important message, and I feel like this is your guides speaking really clearly right now because they know that some of you are going to feel this love approaching, and your first instinct is going to be to overthink it, to analyze every single thing, to try to figure out if this is safe, if this makes sense, if the logic adds up. And then another part of you is going to be like, but wait, but what if it goes wrong again? But what if they haven't really changed? But what if I open my heart and I just get hurt all over again? What if I'm being naive? What if I'm just falling for the same thing all over again? And your guides are saying, trust the process. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to make a decision today. You don't have to know exactly how this ends before you take a single step. You just have to stay open, stay present, stay connected to your own intuition, and trust that the universe is going to make it very, very clear which direction to go. Because here's the thing about trusting the process, it doesn't mean being passive. It doesn't mean just letting things happen to you. It means trusting that you have the wisdom to know what is right for you when the moment comes. And you do. You absolutely do. You have the power. Yes. Okay, this is such an important card to pull here because sometimes in these situations, we can feel like love is just happening to us. Like these feelings are just washing over us and we have no control over any of it. Like we're just at the mercy of our emotions and at the mercy of what this other person decides to do. And your guides are saying, absolutely not. You have the power here. You are the one who gets to decide whether this door opens or stays closed. You are the one who sets the terms. You are the one who decides what kind of effort is enough. What kind of change is convincing? What kind of love you are actually willing to accept into your life. And whatever you decide, your guides are going to support you completely. If you decide to give it another chance and you feel genuinely called to do that, they are going to be there. If you decide that you have healed too much and grown too far to go back, they are going to be there for that too. There is no wrong answer here. But the power is yours. It has always been yours. And do not give that power away to someone who is still proving themselves. And the very last card, walk in your worth. Oh, I love this so much because this is really the whole message of this reading, isn't it? Like, yes, this person wants you back. Yes, they have been begging the universe for a second chance. Yes, the feelings are real and the potential is genuinely there. But none of that matters if you don't walk into whatever comes next, knowing exactly who you are and what you are worth. Because the version of you that exists right now is not the same version that they let go of. You have grown, you have healed, you have done the inner work that they are only just beginning to do, and you deserve someone who can match that, who can rise to meet that, who can hold that with both hands and with real intention. So whether this person is that for you or not is something only you can feel into. But walk into it with your head high. Walk into it knowing your value. Walk into it unwilling to negotiate on the things that actually matter to you. Because the moment you start shrinking yourself to make this easier for them, the moment you start accepting less than what you know you deserve, that is when you lose the power that this hermit energy gave you, and you have worked too hard to give that up. So just to wrap everything up, the message of this reading is really clear. Someone from your past has not moved on. They have been through their own storm. They have done some growing, or they are in the process of it. They have realized what they had when they had you, what they took for granted, what they let slip through their fingers, and they are putting it out to the universe that they want another chance, that they are ready to do better, that they are ready to be better. And whether you give them that chance is completely up to you. There is no right or wrong answer here. There is only what feels true for you, what feels aligned for you, what feels like the next right step for the highest version of you. You are whole. You are worthy. You are powerful. And whatever you choose, the universe is completely on your side. I hope this reading brought you some clarity today and some peace, because I know these kinds of situations can feel really heavy, really confusing, really emotional. Like you've done so much work to get to a good place, and then something like this comes along and it just stirs everything back up. And that is hard. I see that. And I just want you to know that whatever you're feeling right now is completely valid. All of it. The longing, the hesitation, the hope, the fear, the anger maybe, all of it is valid. And you are allowed to take all the time you need figuring out what you want. Nobody gets to rush you. Not even them. If this resonated with you, please, please, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow, and it helps these messages reach more people who need them. Leave me a comment, let me know how this reading landed for you, and if there's anything specific you want me to cover in a future reading. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything new. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Take really good care of yourself. Be gentle with your heart. Trust yourself and walk in your worth. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye, loves.